right, so we're going to start with number 9. Good one to do because you have to do all the parts for number 9, right? So on the test that's coming up next week, you would be evaluated on all 5 parts here on the rubric, right? Doing the circuit, doing the currents, doing the plot, all of that on your Y. So good choice of one to do. I'm just going to grab the grab the circuit diagram, and then I'll draw it myself. All right, so I'm using one of our new forms for this one also. So let's see. So remember, I'm going to be a little bit messy just because I'm doing it up here, but you should be nice and neat in yours. See, positive side there, negative side there. Yeah, don't forget, I am recording right up here. So I don't know if it caught that or not, but you want to be careful, kind of like the pictures she was taking. You don't want to be careful what you share out with the world.
1,700. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, maybe I would rather. That's a good brag. Not a great brag, but a good
I call
brag.
it an average brag for someone.
R1, let's see, for me was 13 and R2 was 9.
Diagrams.
Huh?
No.
13 and 9 ohms, 13 ohms. All right, so that would be my diagram. So let's see, how many points do I have right now? 30% right now. 30%. Now, who's doing this one with me so I know who to call on, okay? Good, you two and you guys? All right. So how many currents do you think? 3? There's 2 junctions, right? Now be careful. Make sure you unlock those. You're gonna push it. So yes. So three currents. We got one going this way. I'm gonna call that one I1. We've got one. I'm gonna say going this way. That I'm gonna call I2. And then. Now, when I do this third one, I've got to make sure that every junction has current coming in and current going out. So I'm going to make it go upwards. Yeah, we'll make it go upwards. We'll call that I3. You guys want upward? What do you think, upwards or down? Up? Okay. that is Thursday, right. So let's check my rubric again. I'm up to 60%, right? Correct diagram, correct symbols, labels, correct currents. And now I got to get that last 40% by getting the usable plot. And, oh, things are neat and clean. So I'm actually up to 70%. Not a great score yet, right? C minus, but, well, a little bit below. But, so at least I've got any questions on that before we try to do the plot? Okay, so let's see. Now I've got to do the plot. So I have a battery up here. I've got a resistor. I have a resistor and a resistor and another resistor and resistor and and I have the battery here. So boom, boom, boom. That looks right? Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, remember this. That's why it's usable. You know, if I can look at it and say, they know what's going on. Now this one we have 2 batteries, so we've got to pick a point that's at 0 volts, either the negative side of our 6-volt battery or the negative side of our 3-volt battery. I'm going to pick the negative side of our 6-volt battery, just arbitrarily. All right? Remember when we did one like this in the packet, we had a ground, one place. Here they didn't tell us where, so I could pick either place. But I know all of this kind of little T here, that's all going to be at 0 volts. All right? And so that means over here, this is going to be at 6 volts. I'm going to draw that nice and tall. Here will be less than 6 volts. I'm going to run out of colors real quick. So I'm going to put less than 6 volts here. And I'm picking the heights kind of arbitrarily. And then down even lower here. And then down to 0 there. And then, let's say even lower here. And, oh, and then we jump up, right? We jump up 3 volts here. So that's, okay. Now remember, this is why it's usable. So we go from 0 to 6 here, 6 around there. We go down here, come around, down. Here we have this whole around business here. Down to 0, down, around, back up, around, and down. Alright, now I just label them. This would be 6. This one would be 3. This would be what? Is that 2 ohms? Can't even read my own. 2 ohms, yep. So this would be 2, and it's on I2. So this would be 2I2. This one would be 13I1. This one would be I1. This one would be 6 I3. And this one would be 9 I2. Yep. So that would be what I should have as a plot. So now, what's our next step? The equations. So we have two junctions. So that's going to yield one junction equation. And how many loops? Three. There's going to be 3 loops. So we're going to yield 4 equations. Do you guys want a minute to try the equations now that you see this? And then I'll do them and you can check? Okay. So I'm going to pause for a minute and give you time to try them. So 4 equations. First one I'm going to do is the junction equation, where I have that I1 equals I2 plus I3. I got that from my bottom junction here. I1 goes in, I2 and I3 come out. And now 3 loops. I'm going to move that one over here. 3 loops. Let's see. Big outside loop, then our left-hand loop, and a right-hand loop. So big outside loop. I'm going to start upper left corner. So my first one would be minus 13I1, minus 8I1. I'm doing the big outside. Minus 9I2 plus 3 minus 2I2 plus 6 equals 0. So that's the big outside one. And let's do the left-hand one. Start in the exact same place. Minus 13, and I'll scroll up as soon as I can. I1 minus 8, I1 minus 6, I3 plus 6 equals 0. So that was that left-hand loop. And now do the right-hand loop. I'm going to start right here at this little junction, the top junction. I'm going to go around it clockwise. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. So going around it clockwise, I'm going to go up the 6, so plus 6I3, around minus 9I2, plus 3, minus 2I2, equals 0. Your equations, of course, will be different because you have different values. Okay? You know I'll be posting this in about 10 minutes. Well, you can have that. That is fine. Right now we're going to solve these for I1, I2, and I3 by putting them in the solver. So let's use the solver. I think I'll use this one. And I'm going to use ABC. So A will be my I'll use A as I1, B as I2, and C as I3. So I'm going to start off by putting my junction in there. A equals B plus C. Then minus 13a minus 8a. Oh, I could just combine those two things. Minus 9b plus 3 minus plus 6 equals 0. Minus 13a minus 8a minus 6c plus 6 equals 0. And 6c minus 9b plus 3 minus b equals 0. Double check that I have all those right. Looks good. Solve. Yeah. Let me put mine where it needs to be, and then I can come in and look at yours to see if we can put together fine. And that's I1, I2, and I3. We make sure that works for me. Before I run away, let's see. The resistor 1 is I1, right? So my I1 0.284. Check it out. 284. Good. So I'm assuming if I got that one right, I got the rest probably. So I will come and help individuals. Cool.